Mercury going into Pisces. I know that this is Mercury's exile and fall. I have the biggest spot on my heart for Mercury in Pisces. It's like the clumsiest, most poetic and funny and long-winded and meandering placement. I adore it. Now, I don't have this placement, so I don't know that I'm sure it's frustrating, but I'm just a fan of this. I know it's, it's not great, not great dignity, but I don't know. I'm just
it's good for painting
for that.
Yeah.
And it does feel like it'll just kind of be easier, even though Saturn's co-present, just coming through all the Aquarius stuff and, the Mars and Pluto engagement. I don't know, it just feels like kind of diving into a nice, lucid, dreamy bath in Pisces.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wrote that quote down from, is it the poet Rumi, of "You are not a drop in the ocean, you're the ocean in a drop." And it gives that sense of the expansiveness of Pisces, and why Mercury's a bit unhappy there, because he likes things to be able to take things apart and see the component parts, and in the ocean you can't. It's just all one vastness.
Yeah, Rumi is a really nice concept for Mercury in Pisces. Hafiz as well is another that would be a book to pull out for sure.
Well, I wonder, I've made this very brief case before about, can we not get Chat GPT and AI to fix the microplastics in the ocean problem? And like with Mercury being in there, I know Mercury likes to take things apart. So let's feed that into the mouths of the AI robots and see if they come out with a solution that we haven't been able to figure out. This does feel hopeful. And Janessa's video earlier in the call, I hadn't considered the nostalgia of Pisces, because Venus is exalted there, so that's her exaltation ruler. But then the hopefulness of Jupiter, I loved that, the looking forward and looking back that she brought in, and maybe Mercury being there is kind of a way to kind of envision forward.
The combination there actually just makes me think of Hillman, where it's like very heavy, very moving. Nostalgia is a great word for that combination too, and just exploring the darker parts that you don't always get to. I really like that combination.
Yeah, and it's moving into that Cazimi with the Sun and Saturn, and that really brings the form to things. Saturn's going to give those structures and bring form. So where Mercury's struggling to find that form in Pisces, Saturn's kind of there like an elder uncle to lend a hand, but it might take time. In the Mercury ingress, he's applying to it.
Yeah.
So he's on his way. He's kind of, that's forming. It's another seed that's forming.
So this is when the Sun and Mercury are together, and Saturn is just 30 minutes ahead.
Yeah, I did check. Both Dan Waits and Adam called it a Cazimi, like a double Cazimi. So I think we're safe to call it that. It's sort of quite a rare event. So yeah, I do think that they're all cooking up something together, like something's brewing. That Mercury's bringing something in that he's learned in Aquarius, that he's bringing to the Sun, and then Saturn's like, okay, right. In this meeting that they're all having, it's like they're conferring together, the three of them, formulating a new plan.
Is that the 28th?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's also a contra-antitia to Mars and Uranus right here. And the nature of Mars is a square, and so this is a kind of a secret square.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
I mean, they are in a square, but it's also that contra-antitia.
Yeah.
At the same time, we've just had a really nice trine from the Moon to Venus, but it's right there with the South Node. This is a really interesting chart.
Well, and the South Node as being kind of the closer one to Earth anyway, right? It's like coming down into fortune. So I don't know, it even though the South Node acts like a drain or lessens things, or just being the moon that it's next to, it almost makes me feel like it'll be very topical to lunar things, the body, earth, your environment, circumstances, but supporting that whole sign of Aquarius, but specifically the Venus, her ruler. Yeah.